It's Timmy again. Welcome back to my vlog. You're not going to believe it. I got permission from a really neat person who makes puppets. Would you like to see somebody who makes puppets? Would you? Oh, it is so cool. Her name is Mary Ann Taylor. And she is a really nice lady, and she lives in, or she works in Salem, Virginia, which is real close to Roanoke, Virginia. And she makes puppets, and so I'm going to get my friend Charles to come on up and do an interview with Mary Ann Taylor. Would you like to see that interview? It's going to be real cool. Alright, come on, let's go.
Alright, well here we are in Salem, Virginia. You remember Salem, they took me off the air about a year ago. And we're with Mary Ann Taylor and Carol Morehart. And they make puppets. This the foam puppets like you see on my show once in a while, this is who I learned to make them from. So we're going to talk to Mrs. Taylor a little bit and see how she makes them, how long she's been making them, a little bit about how they're made, and then we'll see some of the characters.
Okay. I have been making the puppets for about 15 years. My husband came home one day and said he wanted to learn to be a ventriloquist, so we went to the International Ventriloquist Convention. And there's one other lady that makes them, and I saw her puppets and I thought, that's what I want to try to do, so that just jumped in and started making them.
And about how many puppets would you say you make in a year?
I probably make about 60. It takes, I can do about 1.5 in a week. So.
Wow.
Some weeks I don't work, but usually I can make about 1.5 a week.
Alright, so we're going to take a little bit closer look now at how they're made and the process you go through. I know once I learned to make them from Mrs. Taylor, it takes me probably about 50 hours. I tried to kind of time the hours out. Does that seem about? You're probably a little quicker.
Yeah, a little quicker.
Plus she's got Carol here.
I've got Carol help.
Now you kind of, when I was over here, well that was a couple years ago, you mainly made the arms and legs, the body parts, and...
Right, cut out the foam and sew the seams together and do the finishing touches on the clothing, the buttons and so forth. And she does the sculpturing of the faces and the heads and put the wigs on and so forth. The finishing.
Alright, so we're going to take a little closer look around the shop here and see how the different parts are put together and how the puppets are made now. Now, before we get into the actual making of the foam puppets, Mrs. Taylor told me she's a little bit shy around the camera, so to make her feel more comfortable, I'm going to change into a pair of red-laced women's pajamas to kind of ease the tension a little bit, and then we'll get into the actual puppet making.
The way I start with a bleach bottle, and this is the body of the puppet, and cut it up and put foam and fabric over it, fill in the back part and give it shoulders.
Now that's the fabric you're pulling over, that's the stretched terry cloth.
Stretched terry cloth.
And you actually dye that kind of a skin tone in your washer and dryer, right?
It comes white, and I dye it with pink and tan. And do it a flesh color, and of course I do all colors. I've made purple and green and everything. Cover it, and this is the basic body. The hands, each hand is cut out of foam, and I put a wire in each finger so that the fingers can move, and you can position them. The puppet can hold an object. And I also Carol will cut the legs out for me and the feet, and we cover everything in terry cloth, so everything is covered in fabric.
Now that's a leg right there.
That's a leg, and then I put a kneecap on it. We put a kneecap.
And the kneecap is actually the wedge that's cut out of the back.
Out of the back,
right? And then that starts as a block of foam, and all the little notches that people are seeing there, that's carved out with scissors.
Carve it out with scissors.
And then the head, now this is the actual skull that's made.
Skull is cut out of carpet padding, and Carol cuts those out for me. The mouth is made out of mat board, covered in corduroy and on the inside, and that just gives a soft feel to the hand. And then the mouth is just felt.
Hey! Guess what? That was part 1. I'm sorry that we got to do this, but we're going to break all the ones up. So we have like 4 videos. So let's get started. Let's end this one here, and we'll start the next one in a few minutes. Okay, bye!